Good morning, my friends. This is already morning and I have woken up, and it was such a good night's sleep after that walking yesterday. And I saved this moment for us to discover together. This is a window and I'll be opening it first time. I haven't seen what's outside myself. Ready? Wow. Look at this, guys. Wow. What do you say about this, friends? Is this amazing or what? To wake up in the middle of Wadi Rum desert. That's cool. It's 7 in the morning. And let's see what temperature is it. Yeah, 8 degrees. I was looking a moment ago, it was 7 degrees. So it's quite cold at night. And it is mid-December, I must add this one as well. But during day, it should be 20 today. 20 degrees. So we'll see. But yeah, I was sleeping. I had 3 very thick blankets. And it was a really good sleep. I wasn't cold a slight bit. It was really nice. And you see, friends, all this room is for myself. Isn't life good? And yeah, even you have a lamp and a mirror in here. I don't have... it's switched off now. Okay, clever. Not to waste energy. I guess they're using solar panels for generating it. I'm not sure. But in any case, it's time to go to breakfast. Wow. Friends. Is this amazing or what? So, and look at this color of the sand. Well, it doesn't show actually as bright in my screen as in life. It is properly light, not right, but bright red. Amazing. That's amazing. And these cliffs. Wow. That's a work of art in itself. Yeah. Impressive. That's properly impressive. What can I say, friends? This is where I was walking yesterday for 8 kilometers from the village, but in 2 occasions some local guys picked me up in their jeeps. But yeah, that was where I came from that side. Amazing, my friends. This is amazing. I don't know how to describe it. That's the place where the breakfast is happening. But I'll go to the toilet first. Look at these rock formations. That's impressive. I don't know if you can grasp the feel through the camera, but that's properly impressive in life. Amazing. And look at this, my friends. In the middle of desert they have built a proper bathhouse, or what do you call it? even with proper shiny tiles and water taps and WCs, and there are showers. I don't know if you can see, it's a bit dark, but a proper shower in the middle of desert. Such a civilization. I'm impressed. I didn't expect that. Wow. Okay. Excuse me for a moment. I'll be back. And by the way, that's the place there where we had fire yesterday. Under these cliffs in that half cave, or what do you call it? I don't know even. Morning.
Morning. Oh, ladies.
Some tourists are leaving this morning. And I think it's a good time for having a little walk around. What do you think? Let's go for it. I don't have anything valuable in there, so I won't even use the padlock. All good. I put the microphone back in because there is some slight wind, but very small wind, but still I think it will be a problem for you guys listening. Now it should be fine. Yeah, actually you see in some lower places there is some vegetation somewhere. And they say, I was asking yesterday the Bedouins, the owners, Muhammad and his friend or colleague, I don't know, two colleagues actually, there are three here, and I was asking what is this a toilet? Maybe that was the old one. I'm just curious. I know it's a storage, and no, it looks like it's a storage of garbage. Maybe it was a toilet before, because it's kind of away from the camp, and yeah, it might. And actually, you see up there is the everything is getting red from the clayish dust, like when I was in Uganda. What I wanted to show you is that thing on the hill there. That's a water cistern, and they get water with trucks, with these old Mercedes trucks. I think so. Definitely with trucks. and the water is brought in for use. Also, Muhammad's neighbor behind that corner, whom I met yesterday while he was feeding his camels, and he was the one who picked me up, and I helped him to pull the sacks out of his truck for the camels. They're feeding camels with some, I don't know what is it in English, like food mixture, like artificially created food, like a bread, not bread, like a dog food, that kind of stuff. I don't know how to call it. Camel food. And basically they were pulling the bags out, and I was helping them to pull the bags out for the camels. And these camels were amazing. It was dark, I couldn't film anything, but it was amazing. And he picked me up, and he brought the few couple 100 meters around the corner here, and he shouted for Mohammed, so he came out and we met, and that's how I arrived yesterday. You saw it, I think. I'm not sure. I haven't watched that video yet. Was it recording properly in the darkness? Anyway, so that's and that neighbor. Yeah, what I wanted to tell, that neighbor, he showed me as well yesterday how they have a water cistern, like half buried in the sand, and they get the water with trucks and they give it to camels from that cistern. And he said the camels can take 10 days without food and water, and they're still okay in the desert. That's an amazing animal. Is this from camel as well? Some animal. Not sheep or goat. Who knows? Probably camel. Yeah. What was that? Some camp some time ago. Long ago probably. It's interesting, in desert nothing really rots. Like these things, leftovers from the old bushes when they were here before they died. These things are standing for years and years because it's not enough moisture, it doesn't rot. And even the Bedouin camp tents, I don't know what happens when the rain comes. It doesn't happen often, but they said, I was asking yesterday, they said it can be a moment when it rains very strongly, but it's not often, of course. And I don't know what happens with those tents, because they don't seem to be waterproof. But maybe there is some polythene plastic or something under that cover, like a mat type cover or fabric. What do you call it? This was some camp probably as well, some time ago. Interesting. The sun is up already, but it's behind that Jabal, that mountain. And you see, even the can, I don't know how long is it here already. Could be from 1930s. I haven't seen that shape cans today. But I don't know, maybe I'm just dreaming. Maybe it's not 1930s. Somebody living there? I don't know. I have to be vigilant. I forgot to ask the locals about the scorpions and snakes and all that kind of stuff, which I should be careful of. So let's better be too careful than too reckless until we find out how careful we have to be in here. Whew. Yesterday's walking was a bit, but it was not bad. I was actually quite surprised. My ankle is a lot better in these dry conditions than it is in Irish climate. I can walk a lot more. and still be okay. Like I feel it, but it's not as bad in Ireland, in any moist climate. It's a little bit, and I already, my ankle already says that it was enough. It's already too much. But here, in these dry conditions, it's actually quite nice. I can walk quite a bit, which is a good discovery. What can I tell? Aha, there is the sun. Cool. And today should be quite a warm day. It's amazing how big the differences are. See again, some can from who knows which years or decades or centuries. Could be easily last century. Jabal, mountain. Jabal Jamil. Beautiful mountain. It really is. Like it's like an artwork with all these. Can I show you? You see all these, what do you call them? I don't have any word in English how to describe them, but it's like carvings, but these carvings are done from the sand in the sandstorm, I think. That's how they form, probably. Let's see. Was this a fire pit? Maybe. Let's see how far, how high I want to go. I don't want to make any records today, to break any walking records. Today I want to be a little bit calmer than yesterday. But I have another exception as well. I don't have any work to do almost. For a long time. When was the last time when I had a holiday, a day off? I don't remember even. I've been working like crazy for the last time. But here's no internet. There's not much I can do. I have a few things which I have to read through, which I have downloaded, but it won't be enough for 3 days. Somebody lives there or there. What could it be? Some birds or foxes or what? Or nobody. So yeah, friends, I feel very strange now that I have 3 days, well, 4 almost, 3 nights here in desert, where I have time, everything is nice, and I don't have almost any work to be done. It feels strange. But that's definitely a good change. I probably needed it, and I'm very happy I was able to organize it. I wasn't sure at the beginning will it be possible at all, but it looks like I have somehow managed. It could be some urgent things which pop up, which could be a problem, but I chose for this time to be during weekend. Well, Today is Friday, today is not exactly yet weekend. But tomorrow and day after tomorrow is weekend. So, unless something pops up today, should be fine if I reply to these things only on Monday when I'm back into civilization. But if something happens today, or if it happened yesterday evening, what can I say? They'll have to wait for me. I'll be back online only on Monday. Yeah. Cool. What do you think, guys? Isn't this cool? And the day is getting warmer already. I have put most of my clothes on me, which I have with me. Not all, most. And in the morning it was only enough. Now I start to feel that it's getting a bit too warm. So I'll shed some off very soon. Yeah, it's a good climb. It's amazing how these rock formations and cliffs are looking in the middle of desert of red sand, bright red. Everything is red, and it's quite a bit of a wind here, up here. Some jeep is going there. Can you see it? Across the sea of the sand. From some neighboring camps up there. Beautiful. All these shapes. It looks like I made to the top of the ridge. Of course it is way higher on that side, but that's where I came from. The camp is there. Another jeep is going across the sea. But you see, it is the top of the ridge here, because I can see on the other side already, and it's quite a strong wind here. I don't know, can you hear me? Is my microphone wind protection working? And there's another camp, and this might be one of those camps on that side where the man who picked me up first when I was crossing the desert already yesterday, he was going to that side, more to the east. That's east and that's west. So he was going somewhere that side of that jabal with his jeep. So we were coming from the village. He picked me up and he was going there and dropped me up before the jabal, and I walked around. It was something like 3.5 or 4 kilometers from there to here. Well, not to here, to the camp. Aha, you see the jeep where it went. Well, this is amazing, guys. Isn't this beautiful? And you see, this desert is full of camps. There is a camp. There is another camp, a small one. There is a big camp. There is a camp. And the jeep ran to some other camps there. And here is a camp. And probably behind the corner is again camp, sorry. And of course there is our camp down there behind that jebel. It's interesting, they call mountain a jebel and camel is jamel. Wow, this is beautiful. The wind is quite strong here because I'm like in a funnel here. You can see my shade. But it's so beautiful. It's amazing. And also what I kind of find very interesting, unusual, that this desert is full of camps, full of people, jeeps going all directions. I was kind of thinking that it will be a place in the middle of nowhere without any civilization, and in a way it is without civilization because there is no internet, there is almost no electricity. I actually found out that they didn't switch off the electricity during the day, it just finished because the solar panels are very small 2 panels, and the battery, and it lasts for some time in the evening, and then the battery is empty and that's it. You can't charge your phone, and even in your tent you don't have any socket, you have only light. There's only one socket in the dining tent, the big tent. So, and of course everything is very far and there's no water except what they bring with the truck. So it is kind of away from civilization, but at the same time you see all these countless camps behind each corner, and you see all the jeeps going back and forth in all directions. Well, not now, but yesterday it was quite visible because they had these headlights, and when you walk through the desert you just see the jeep going there and there and there. It's like shipping in the sea, they go in all different directions. Amazing. And it was the first time after a long time since I was using compass for navigation. I haven't been sailing for good years now. I have had a few sailboats before in my life, and I was quite an avid sailor some time ago. So when I was navigating from using my compass, I kind of felt like in the old sailing days yesterday. Except this sea is not a sea of water, it's a sea of sand. Let's go on this side, on this headland. Is it a headland? How do you call them in desert? Whoa, look at this, friends. The same flowers, they grow here as well, and you can see a small dip where the water was standing, and it was enough. They are growing already. And the Bedouin, the owner, Mohammed, he told me yesterday that when there's a rain in the desert, it is one moment and all desert is blooming, and it's very beautiful because the desert is full of seeds and full of dormant plants. Aha, that's our camp. Full of seeds and dormant plants, and as soon as the rain comes, everything suddenly sprouts up and everything is in bloom, everything is flowering at the same moment, and it's very beautiful. I have never seen such a thing. Wow, guys, look at this. It's a bit too far, but can you see it? That's a caravan of camels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 camels. Amazing. But I think that could be the neighbor, and those could be the same. I don't even see myself on the screen, the sun is glittering. These could be the same camels which I helped feeding yesterday, because that's the neighbor, and behind that corner, I don't see even where I'm pointing, that's the neighbor, yeah? And behind that cliff all the camels were, where I met the Mohammed's neighbor yesterday and helped him feeding the camels, and I think they should be the same camels, because I didn't see other camels anywhere near, but it was dark, so the fact that I didn't see doesn't mean they were not there. Yeah, and that's our camp, you see, still in the shade, and it will be in shade for some couple hours at least, more probably, maybe 3 hours, until it turns and the shade goes away in there, and then we get baked during the midday sun. And yeah, there, you see there's another jeep coming and another jeep waiting. How do I get it closer? This way. Wow, friends, this is some beautiful place. And also you can see there in the distance the sand is being picked up by the wind. That's the reason why you don't see very far here. It's not because of clouds or mist or fog, it's because of sand. Sand is being blown through the air. And actually, when I was riding in those pickup trucks yesterday, in the back of the pickups, I realized, because the speed was good and it was the same speed as a proper storm, so when I was up in the pickup truck back, I felt what it feels on your face when the sand is hitting your face, and that speed, it's quite merciless. I can understand how these holes are forming when it's a proper storm and the sand is there's the jeep in the neighbor's camp as well moving. So I can imagine when there's proper storm and the sand is thrown against these cliffs, they're literally sandblasted. That's how they form in these shapes. Where the stone is softer, they get blasted with the sand. There's another jeep coming. I think that, yeah, that was the same which we saw there. Now it's crossing to that direction. So yeah, when I was sitting in the pickup truck yesterday, I felt that I understood why these guys need this thing. I forgot already how they call it in Arabic. Something from letter K. Kafr? No, something else. Kufa? I don't remember, sorry. The thing which they use on their head. They put it on like a big towel, something, I don't know how to describe it for the Western people. Camel meets jeep. I don't know, can you see it? It's, if I zoom, the quality probably is very bad, the picture quality, but maybe still a little bit better. Anyway, these things, yeah, like a towel or something, you put it on your head, and then you have like a two circles of something like a thick rope, but it's a special thing. But I guess centuries ago it probably must have been just a rope. Now it's a fashionable thing. It's specially made, which ties kind of down that towel, which is not towel of course, on your head. And then you have these, when it's on your head, you have these long, like a headscarf thing, and you can put it around your face, you can tie it so that only your eyes are out, and even then you can keep it like half folded over your eyes, and you can breathe through it, because if there's a proper sandstorm in the middle of desert, what can you do? You can't breathe it. You breathe sand, and then it works better than European COVID masks because you are really protected from the flying sand. And yesterday when I was driving on these pickup trucks, I really felt that if it would be more wind instead of just me moving through the air, but wind which picks up the sand from the desert, it would be a proper torture. Like, it's painful how these particles hit your face, and especially if it's hot in the summer, the sand is hot like a frying pan, and when these hot sand particles are hitting your face with a high wind, it might be a proper killer. I just felt a little bit yesterday, and I thought, wow, I understand why they have this garment, why they have the clothing and this headscarf. I forgot the name of it, and everything in such a way that no skin is exposed. I understand it now. Before I thought it's kind of a weird fancy thing to wear for the style. No guys, it's a entirely utterly practical thing to have in these conditions. I can start to realize it now. Well, I kind of had a feeling about it before, but unless you feel something of that on your own skin, you don't really realize how important it is. Like these Arabs who live in the city, they often wear clothes like Europeans do in these days, in modern times. Not all, but most, I would say. And in the city it's okay, you can do it. But if you are here out in the desert, oh boy, you need these ancient things on your head to protect you. I walked back because I remembered I wanted to take some pictures as well from here. Yeah guys, I was blah blah blahing, but I was also wanting to show you how beautiful this place is. It's amazing guys, it's just amazing. I have no words how to describe it. Hey friends, looks like some Germans were here. Jordanian. Genau. Das ist richtig. Cool. They probably made another vlog somewhere in YouTube. Maybe you saw it. Just in case you saw it, or I will see it one day. You know where it happened. Exactly there. Okay guys, that's my camp, and there are the camels. It's interesting, there is even fence here. I wonder what is it for? For Jimal, the camels? Well, I might be wrong. I need to ask the guy again, because it will imprint in my memory after this talking, and if it's wrong, it's not the best thing. I will have to unlearn it later. I'll ask the Bedouin man who was making the breakfast, and to confirm, is it correct, Jimal? So yeah, I wonder, is this fence for camels? Or is it for us tourists? Hope not. I can't see any reason. Is it protected place? Actually, I see the fence, another fence there. Could it be that I entered some protected area which I shouldn't be entering in? I hope not. And from that mountainside I could have been entering it without seeing even the fence. I hope it's for camels, not for me, but we'll find out. Yeah, this is another fence. The previous were somewhere there, was there. I think it is just for camels, because I see more of them like these. So it's probably just a fencing to keep all the camels in one spot near the camp so they don't walk away. And look, I just noticed there is another camp just besides of the hill. You see, we were where we were. We were either, I think, there. I can't even recognize from here. I think I know. You see this closer hilltop? Behind that is the place where we were standing, I think. I'm pretty sure. And yeah, actually we can now walk and see it. Yeah, it is. That's it. You see? Behind this first is that head. That's where we were standing on and filming this. And I was showing you all the camps from up there. And I didn't know there is exactly one camp just under my feet. Full desert of camps. And you see now how these tracks look like. These were the tracks which I was telling you yesterday about when I was crossing one track and another track and another. In this place they kind of all go all together and cross in one place, and then again they disperse. One goes there, another goes there. That's the way how they drive through the desert. Isn't this beautiful, my friends? Also, I was thinking that today I might walk barefoot on the desert sand, because it seems like the same thing as we have on the seashore, but not exactly, friends. You see, all these things which are here, many of them are very prickly with very nasty thorns, and you never know which is which. Well, probably you can know and recognize, but it's all strange for me. I don't know myself. There is one jeep. You see how fast they're going. Amazing. That's amazing. Desert rally. And it's just another man going to his camp, probably to give breakfast to his tourists, to his guests. And you see there's another one. Shall we zoom in maybe? They're waving for me, I'm waving for them. And it strikes me how friendly everybody is here. Yeah, you see, all these things are everywhere, and many of them are really nasty, prickly thorns. So probably not the best idea to walk barefoot here. But also probably you can learn how to distinguish which is which, and to learn in which kind of places and dips and hills and where they are and where can you expect them. So probably you should be able to know. But I don't know. Even the Bedouins, they don't walk barefoot as far as I have noticed. They have these sandals at least, but they have a little bit different sandals. Usually they don't wear these Crocs. Crocs are actually it was a funny discovery. I thought it will be very difficult to walk on Crocs in the desert, but actually they're not too bad. Of course they get full of sand very quickly, but when it's not a few sand grains which rub through your socks, but when it's a proper load of sand, it's kind of okay. It's like walking on the sand. You just carry this sand in your Crocs. You see, there's another jeep. So a good amount of traffic here in the desert. So yeah, they have the Bedouins have their own kind of sandals, which are more flat. The sole is kind of a flat thing, so all the sand which comes in comes out immediately as well. I see, these camels have the same thing. I saw them yesterday when I was helping to feed them. They have their front feet tied together with very short rope, and I thought it's probably for them not to run, because when they run they can run quite fast, and probably they can get lost and walk too far, but when their front feet are tied very closely together they can make only very small steps with their front feet, and that forces them. You see that guy, how he walks, like tippy-toeing with the front feet very closely tied, and in that case they can't walk fast, so probably because of that the owners are doing it, but I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. And this is how camel tracks, camel feet, footprints look in the desert. Cool. I thought I might come and say hi to my new friends, but I'm not sure how close am I okay to go to them. For one, it might not be very ethical to mess up with somebody else's camels. If they see that I'm doing something here, they might be getting worried, maybe, I don't know. But another thing, I don't know how dangerous could be camels if I'm not their owner and if I'm coming too close. I don't know. Like in general, camels, I understand they're quite friendly animals, but I don't know what happens if they get scared, or if somebody strange comes and the owner is not there, maybe they get defensive, or I don't know. I just don't know. But there are some amazing animals and beautiful animals. I won't go too close, just to be safe. If there would be an owner here, I would have a chat, and then I would see. I would ask how close I can go. But for now, let's go this close. You see how they're tiptoeing with the tied front legs, but they're so beautiful, so cute. And they're really, I was thinking, what are they doing? They really came to graze here. That is amazing, and they're trying to eat this. There's nothing to eat. And still the camel found something useful there. Wow. That's amazing. It is such a beautiful view. They are so calm, slowly sailing through the desert, looking with their kind eyes, a little bit proud maybe. Oh, amazing. You're beautiful. Camel. Do you know that you are camel? Probably you do. There are some jeeps crossing again. Oh, that's amazing. Will he eat polythene? Or is it a paper? A paper, and he eats it. Wow. That's some serious stuff. That's a properly serious stuff. They can eat paper. And look, he's swallowing it. That's amazing. But they're so beautiful. So peaceful and calm, and how they keep their long necks and their heads slowly sailing through the desert. Well, now their walk is not so graceful, how do you call it, because of these tied legs. But still, this posture they have with these arched necks and the head which is looking with these eyes over the desert. And these eyes are beautiful, I like. These are amazing animals. I can understand why Arabs love camels so much. Like camel is I don't know, something like holy animal. Not holy, of course, in the religious sense, but like a sacred thing, like very important, precious thing. The camels are very, very special for them, as far as I know. And I can imagine at first how helpful they are when you are in the desert, but also how lovely they look and how friendly, and yeah, I don't know, I just like these characters. Cool. If I'll meet the owner, I'll talk with him more about these guys, try to learn something more about how is it to live with camels in the desert. It's amazing. Funny how he's eating slowly, gracefully. Yeah, this tiptoeing with these tied front legs doesn't look so graceful. But when he's standing, look at this. How slowly he bows down, finds something to eat out of this. Amazing that he can eat this stuff. And I can show you guys. Look. This is where they find something edible. Would you find something edible here, guys? I wouldn't. But for them, it is something useful. Yeah, the sand is picking up in places. Amazing animals, amazing. Maybe it would be okay if I go closer and make friends with them, but I won't risk, because I don't know. I try not to risk with things which I realize that I completely don't understand and don't know. I haven't read, I haven't experienced, heard anything almost. Well, I have read something about camels, very little bit. I know that they don't like humid environments. There was one camel farm in Netherlands, I think. They were keeping camels for the milk. They give good milk. Not much milk, but very valuable milk. And I know that they run into problems because in Netherlands, of course, it's not dry. And these guys, they're designed to be withstanding dry, arid desert situation for days and days without food and water. They can go through the sand and it's okay. All the nostrils and the breathing system and how it conserves water and water vapor so they don't evaporate much water, and everything else, how it, yeah, I don't know much, I don't remember even much from what I read at that time, but I know that there are so many features in their bodies which normally other animals don't have, which are made for conservation of water, so that they don't lose water, they don't evaporate it through their nostrils. Also their nostrils work in a specific way to retain the temperature when it's very hot outside. they can breathe and not get overheated. And I think there was something about their, yeah, I don't know, sorry, I don't remember more. But in any case, I have read kind of these things, but I don't know much, like practical things. I don't know anything about them, and that's why I won't go too close, and I won't risk, just in case they get scared or whatever. Or maybe some of them are younger and the olders are protecting the youngest and their children. And if a stranger comes to the youngest, the oldest can come and fight. I don't know. Maybe it's not true, but let's not try it out unless I can speak with the owner first and to see how it is. But yeah, they're really admirable, beautiful animals. I like how peaceful and graceful they are. Cool. Really cool. Okay guys, time has stopped here for me. Like, I don't know how long I was walking. Maybe it felt like 15 minutes, but it might be 2 or 3 hours. And I might be walking and talking a lot here. But for you, time is not stopped. You are probably in some civilized area and you have your day planned till 15-minute intervals. So you can't watch videos where I'm talking 2 hours about how camel looks in the desert. So I'll stop, my friends. I'll see you later. Can you see how the sand is flying? I'm not sure if it shows, but the sand is literally flying. It's even hitting against the screen of my phone. But maybe it will not show in the camera. You know what, my friends? I came to say hi for the camels, who already went quite far away. And I thought, okay, I'll go back to my camp. But then I thought, well, I don't have any work to do anyway. Well, I have these things which I'll have to read, but I have still 3 more days. So it's no problem, I'll have time. I don't have to do exactly something. And here is nice as well. I don't even have to go to the camp. It's too nice. The sun is shining, the camp is still in the shade. I just lay down and I was watching these camels from the distance. They are too far now for watching. Well, you kind of see them in the distance, but not much. The sand is picking up too much. Probably I will have to go back to my camp. But yeah, I was kind of laying down in the sand here and I thought life is good. I don't have to rush anywhere. And I remember how yesterday the Bedouin guys were talking and they were saying life in desert is so good, it's so peaceful, no stress. I can relate to that. It's so good, my friends. Yeah. What else could you ask for? Some days like this, especially after a lot of stress, it is so good. Oh, I can recommend you guys. I just noticed I'm sleeping near camel shit. But who cares? It doesn't smell. And I'm not into it exactly, but it's very dry anyways. These things are gathered for burning as far as I know. They burn quite a long time. So you can make a... Oh, sorry. You can make a fire out of them and cook your food on them. Yeah, friends, life is good. Life is good. What can I say? I'll just lay here in the sand and enjoy the views and the life for a while. And when I feel it was enough, I'll go back to camp. And by that time, camp might be in the sunshine as well. Here it's quite nice. It's warm. It's pleasant. The sun is shining. Camp is still in the shade. Nice. I can't quite see it, but I think it is a water cistern, the old Mercedes, which is moving from one camp to other, probably getting the water to all of them who ordered it. I don't know how it works, but I'm guessing. It's quite amazing. The cloud just went. No, the sun will be back. Yeah, the sun will be back. But the cloud went in front of the sun, and immediately it became so cold. It's crazy how these temperatures changes in desert. And amazing, yeah. When the sun is out, it's so warm and pleasant. It's like literally like a day on the beach. I think we Westerners, we like to spend a day on the beach. We like to spend our vacations on beaches somewhere. All the Irish people go in their vacations to some beaches in southern Spain or in Canary Islands or maybe Portugal sometimes. It's a typical thing. People are drawn to these beaches. And I'm now thinking, maybe this is where it comes from. The cradle of civilization is quite deserty. It's a desert area, half desert. Interesting. Maybe there is something in our genes, in our subconsciousness, I don't know, in why we are drawn to the beaches, why we feel so relaxed and calm and happy when we are in the sand and sunshine. I've never thought about it. I just noticed that it feels right, good, natural and happy just to stay here. I don't want to go back to my camp for a while. We'll see how long this while will be. I'm now here maybe for some 2 hours, or I don't know how long even. 1 hour definitely, but I think more. And yeah, it feels very natural. It's actually one other thing which I observed. I was thinking, how will it be if I go to desert? Away from civilization, away from shops, away from drinking water, away from bus routes, away from everything. I have no experience with deserts. I don't know how to survive in deserts, and yeah, it felt kind of strange. How will it be? Like, I went away from Europe and came to Jordan, but I was in bigger cities, in Amman, which was huge city, the capital, then in Wadi Musa, which also was well, it's kind of a small town, but it's still a town with shops, with everything, all the infrastructure is there. And when I was thinking I'll be going now into desert, how will it be? Of course, this is not a very far desert. It is the middle of Wadi Rum desert. It's not the side of it. It's the middle of desert. But it's full of people. You see jeeps driving around and camps everywhere and water cisterns driving around and so on. So it's not that kind of lonely. But I was still thinking, how will it be to go to desert? How will it be that I need to take all my drinking water on my shoulders for all the days which I'm about to spend here. And then I thought, let's give it a try for a short while. 3 nights, 4 days, should be good. And when I arrived here, even though it wasn't the best possible way how to arrive, I was hitchhiking and it was getting dark already, and it's not a clever idea to wander around in desert at night. But I was struck with that feeling, how natural it felt, and it still feels. It's actually amazing. Like, I am a northern person. I grew up in Latvia, far north looking from here. For us Europeans it doesn't seem that far. For us Latvians, Finland seems to be far north. Or Murmansk in Russia seems to be far north. But looking from here, whole Europe is quite far north, and Latvia is definitely the furthest edge of that Europe. So I grew up there. And I grew up with the struggles about winter and overwintering, and how to keep warm in the winter and keep your produce for the winter and so on. All these kind of things. And the other struggle in Latvia and even more in Ireland was the humidity, the wet, that you can't sit down because it's always wet. You sit in the wet like a puddle almost. And then if you get wet, it never dries out quickly, and you can get cold and ill because of that. If it's cold, windy and wet, and you get your clothes wet and so on, it's all those kind of problems. And it's a complete different set of issues which we have here. And I thought it must be something very strange and weird feeling to be in a desert. But what strikes me is how natural it feels. I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, friends. But it feels so natural to be in a desert. It feels so like I have always been here. Like it's a natural thing for a human being to do, to wander around in a desert. It's strange. I don't know how to explain it. Is it just me who feels like this? I must talk to other tourists. There were 2 tourists from Argentina who now live in Spain, and there were 2 tourists from Slovakia who now live in Prague in Czech Republic. But they all of them left this morning, and I'm not sure if there will be other tourists in my camp besides me. But I'll try to talk with them and see if they feel the same. If they have the same feeling, how natural it feels to be in a desert. For people who have never been in desert, who don't know what the desert is, who have only read in books about the desert and maybe seen some YouTube videos. Strange. I'm really surprised about this. I still can't get my head around it. How is it? Why does it feel so natural and normal and appropriate to be in here, where there's no water, almost no vegetation, no food is growing? Like this guys, is the only food here. For camels, it's food. What can I eat? Like it should be very hostile environment and difficult environment to survive and struggle kind of feeling. But no, it feels very natural and good. It feels like I'm in the right place. I don't know why. It is strange. I don't understand it myself. And it's only the first hours since I woke up. So we'll see. I might have some conclusions after these 3 or 4 days. These are my first strange impressions about being in desert. You know, friends, I wonder what this is. Any of you know? I have seen quite a few of them already. Is it some plant or is it some animal? Like a mollusk or... oh, where did it go? Here. It is terribly sharp and prickly. I was just fooling around sifting sand. Where is my focus? Is my lens? Oh, the lens is okay. Okay, I was fooling around and sifting sand in the wind. All the lighter particles are blown that way, and all the heavier stones are falling here. So you can see the most heavy, the least heavy, and the completely, and the dust is somewhere there in these mountains. So I was fooling around and I got this in my palm, and it's terribly sharp, like thorny, very, very sharp. And there are quite a few of them in sand. So this is one of the reasons why you can't walk barefoot here, because you never know where they are. They're rolling around, can be in any place. Crazy. And I don't know if you can see in the camera, it has something like a tentacles almost. And often it catches some small stones here in that place which looks like a mouth almost. I wonder what it is. Anyway, if you know, let me know. But that's another reason why I won't be walking barefoot. If you step on this thing, you are in trouble. I still feel that place in my palm where I got in this, and little bit blood coming out as well. Yeah. So desert comes together with thorns and prickles and that kind of stuff. And my feet are not as strong as for those camels. I don't know if you can see them. So friends, we are stuck with Crocs. Crocs will be my friends, even during my beach walks. Beach. Sandy beach. Very beautiful. Amazing place. Amazing. How not to like it? Do you know desert things? Do you know what is this? It's terribly sharp and prickly. Be careful. Is it some animal or is it some growth?
No, it's just like a dry something from a plant.
Like a seed, maybe?
Maybe. It's definitely part of a plant, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't need it. I just thought maybe you know, because I don't know. I'm first time in desert.
No. Like I've never seen an animal like this. I've been to deserts many times, but I've never seen. Then, there's always a chance.
Some mollusk or something, I don't know. Maybe it's just a seed from some plant and it catches in the camel and then it gets carried away and grows somewhere else, or I don't know.
It's definitely shriveled up, so just all the water is out and it's tend to get flat.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it was an animal though.
There are some tourists from Italy whom I just met. They're also wandering around in the desert and enjoying the wonderful place. Yeah, cool. I couldn't keep myself from coming back to these friends again. This guy was eating that thing a moment ago. It was such a interesting view how he was trying to take it off from the ground and eat. Amazing guys, you're beautiful. Jamal. look at his face. This is amazing. How can you not like such a cute animals? Imagine how would it be to travel with camel. Let's say if I wouldn't travel as fast as I do, but if I would simply, let's say if I buy 1 or 2 camels, one would carry all the things, because if you go through the desert you would need more things than I have. Loads of water and food for myself and for these guys. Will you eat plastic? Man, think about it. Okay, he spat it out, I think. You are a considerate guy. Look at this face moving through the desert, the sea of the sand. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, and imagine one camel would carry all the stuff, another camel would carry me, and to travel for some couple months through the desert. Would that be cute? But that would be some completely different speed in the life. That guy has very short thigh between his front legs. Probably he's a very, what do you call it, aggressive, not aggressive, not calm, and that's why he needs a shorter thigh, otherwise the owners can't catch him. But I'm guessing only, I don't know. But in any case, it would be a very, very different lifestyle. But and it probably means 100 times more hassle, which I can imagine, to take care of the animals and to get everything which they need, and to, let's say if I need to extend a visa or something else, I need to go to some police office or wherever in the city. Where do I tie my camels to, and how do I even move in the city with camels? Might be something, I don't know how the practical side of that would work. But if it would be possible, that would be something amazing to experience some few months, just to make few months very, very slow in my life, and to carry along the desert slowly with these desert ships. That would be amazing. What do you think, camels? Would that be a good idea? Yes, I'm talking to you. Would be nice. And I think you would enjoy that too. Instead of walking slowly with tied front legs, you'd be able to walk at your normal pace with your legs untied. At least I know that horses enjoy movement and being able to run. I think you guys must enjoy that as well. What do you think, dear camel? Yeah, that would be some crazy stuff, but it would mean a lot of learning how to take care and train and everything, to take care of these animals and to control them and to manage everything. It wouldn't be that easy, I suppose. But other than that, I think, what do you think, dear camel? Other than that, it would be possible. it would be just very different. It wouldn't be city life, it would be countryside life, and it would be a very, very slow life. I don't know, what would it mean, moving maybe 20, 40, 50 kilometers per day at best, less probably, maybe, I don't know. And slowly, and living in a tent which is carried on the back of a camel, and then you make your camp during night somewhere there near the mountain, see where the shade is from the wind, where is a good place. You make your camp, you feed your camels, feed yourself, pitch up the tent and go sleep for the night. What do you think, camel? And you would lay down, and I would lay down in my tent, and in the morning we can slowly continue our way further along the sea of the sand. What do you think, camel? Would you enjoy such a life? Or your brothers and sisters? But yeah, it would mean complete off-grid, complete desert life. I wouldn't be able to go in cities probably with these camels, at least not easily. Maybe smaller towns, okay. And also, that's an amazing animal. I like you. And that's a bit different color. Look how he's eating. Is it true that camels don't pee? They only poo. And even then a very dry thing comes out of the camel. Is it true, dear camel? I somehow think I have heard it about you, dear camel. Amazing, he's eating such a thing. Completely dry. I don't know. I would scorch my hands, not scorch, what is the rush? No, how do you call it? Damage the skin of my hand if I try to manage that sharp, dry thing, that bush. And you, dear camel, you can take it with your lips, you can chew it and swallow it, and you are okay. You are amazing. You can do something which I can't. Can you hear how she is chewing? I took off my mic, so you should be able to hear him better. That's amazing. How can you not admire such an animal? Who can eat such a dry thing? And for him it's okay. I even felt with my feet how the earth was, well, not shaking, but the earth was kind of a little bit shaking from the movement, how he pulled out that bush from the ground. And he did it with his mouth. What kind of lips he has. Look at this, guys. And he's just eating it all. Well, I am probably very naive. I sound very naive and foolish probably now, because everybody who knows camels would laugh and say, ah, You found a thing to be, what do you call it, amazed or wondering about. It's the same thing as sheep or a cow grazing on grass. What's special there? Nothing. Well, for me guys it is special. I haven't seen these things. And even though for a Bedouin it would be a completely natural and used thing which they're used to, for me it's something new and amazingly interesting. And I guess guys, you friends who are watching this video, I guess you probably are from more western or more northern world. Western I mean culturally and northern geographically. So you might find it unusual and interesting as well, like me. I hear a good sound already long ago, and now I see who is making that sound. It sounded like an airplane. But no, this looks like it is another old Mercedes with a water cistern. He'll pass quite near probably. I could even go towards that side where the tracks probably would be, and I might show you as well that beast. But yeah, that beast is moving faster than me, obviously. Let me guess, where will he drive? On these tracks? Or somewhere further on those tracks, probably further. He'll be away very soon. But yeah, I'll zoom a little bit and I'll show you a little bit. Look at this Mercedes. That's a proper truck. Proper Mercedes. How not to like it. I was waving at him and he was beeping. That's amazing. Well, friends, camel and all Mercedes carrying water. I like this place. What can I tell you, my friends? And all the other camels are there. And it's getting a little bit hot already. It was only just pleasantly warm all the time, but now it's getting a bit hot even. But it's amazing, it's amazing. I don't know, I just enjoy being here. I don't know what about you, friends. Following the footsteps of camels. That's an amazing character. Yes, I'm talking about you, dear friend. He was kind of getting shy because I was starting to talk so loudly. It's quite amazing, his foot, his soles are very soft actually. I think it probably must be very, very thick and hard skin. But it's like very soft and cushiony. Cushiony? How do you call it? Like cushion. Like a pillow. And it is, and it's quite wide. So it's a perfect setup for walking on soft sand. You don't dig in like a sheep would. You can just float on top of that sand with these soft cushions, but with very hard skin, which is not possible to penetrate by the pricks and thorns. Amazing people, amazing, amazing. And the wind stopped. Well, not exactly. But for a while it was no wind. And when there was no wind and the sun shining, it became already hot. I can imagine how unbearably hot could it be when it's a summer. It's not mid-December sun there. But when there is a summer hot sun just above your head, and if there is no wind, well, if it's 40 degrees, then wind is even worse. It doesn't get you cooler, it gets you hotter. It's a hot air blast. Like a hairdryer in your face. Yeah, might be difficult place in summer to be in. But no, it's very pleasant. It's very enjoyable. And I would be freezing now if I would be in Ireland or in Latvia now in the mid-December. Here, it's amazing, it's amazing. Life is so good, my friends. You know what, friends? I will walk towards my camp because I am already a few hours out here and I didn't plan for it. I was just thinking I'll climb that mountain from there and go back to my camp, but I just got drawn to these camels, and it was too interesting and amazing to watch them. So yeah, I was long time out, but I didn't plan for that, and therefore I didn't took my water. And I feel my lips are getting dry already, which is a sure sign. Wind, I don't know if you will hear me. Which is a sure sign that I need to drink water. And it's not a good idea to stay in desert too long without water. So let's go back to my camp and let's get some water. You see, friends, the day has warmed up a lot. It is something like 1 or 2 p.m. I think, and it's quite hot already. And you see, I have it here. How can I show you so that sun is not shining? So it is 23 degrees, 24. So I took some ma, you know, this thing, it is called ma. A very important thing here in desert. Ma, water. I had some lunch, had some ma, and I'll walk a little bit again. You know, I'm starting to think, you see how much vegetation is here in this particular spot. That's my tent, that one. And I'm starting to think Maybe that was the reason why they had this fence, to keep the camels out from here. Maybe this is some kind of protected area to let the vegetation establish. Because seeing what the camels ate there, I think this would be paradise for them. There is thousands of times more edible stuff than it was up there, down there I should say. So I guess that it might be reason that they have some plan to protect the vegetation here and not let the camels in, so that they graze out there but not here. Maybe. My guess only. You see? Somebody is living here. Some ants. What could it be? And also you see here, something bigger than ant probably even. Don't know. These are some interesting inscriptions or writings on this stone or rock or cliff, or how do you call it? And there is something which looks to me like a disused camp or not finished camp, because there it looks like there are some materials for building. Maybe they wanted to build a cool, exotic, luxury camp, but then the COVID started and they just ran out of money because they saw that there is nobody coming. Even the existing camps are half empty. Yeah, it looks like it is not finished, not disused, you see. They have been building these things. Yeah, I think they are not finished. You see new pipes, which were never connected. Even sewage pipes, not just water pipes. And the materials. And these are huge heaps of materials, unpacked even, just unloaded. I wonder what will be here. Yeah, it looks like it was meant to be something a little bit more luxurious. Big, large, with good looking toilets and showers. And what is that? Did they mean to make some garden here, or? Yeah, you see all the materials not finished. They started to make this construction. You see all the materials are there. I wanted to say rusting, but they're not really rusting in these conditions. Not enough moisture to rust. That's a sad view. People were putting in good money in here, and they had big good plans. Oh, this is interesting. Was that a dog or something who died? Was it meant to be some garden? With many tears. Not a water fountain. I can't imagine that. Ooh, stones. Yeah, and you see here all the materials gathered. Yeah, and this probably was meant to be a fireplace. There would be a fire. And these are like benches where you would sit around the fire. A very big distance. They were probably planning to make really huge fire here. Yeah, it's so sad that all these plans went to waste, at least this far. Maybe one day, if the government will decide not to fool around with COVID restrictions anymore, tourism will resume. Maybe these guys can resurrect this project. This is like almost, you could stay overnight there. Wouldn't be as cold. Yeah, look how they built everything for the Europeans and Americans. Everything nicely and properly. Is it open? It's full of sand, but you can't open it. And this one, the same. It's locked. And this one, you see even the keys are in there, dangling in the wind. Yeah, it's a bit sad place. Somebody's plans and dreams have died here. And my camp is over there at the very corner. It looks like it's painted. You know this paint, in Russian it was called surik. That lead-based paint, which was very durable for cars, but which got banned because it is a lot of lead and it's poisonous. That was this color. But I don't think anybody was painting here something. This is how it looks. And you see, even they made a wall here. They had their own backyard. And you see they have plans to build even some terrace or something up here. City here. And look at this thing. They even have a diesel generator here for the building operations, and it's all left here. I think they probably think of coming back. They wouldn't have left this thing if they didn't have any other plans for the future here. Well, it turns out that desert is not very empty of life. There is somebody crawling there. Did I fright him? And here's more vegetation. He started to move again. Now I can show you guys. Anyone recognize what it is? I have no clue. And there is more vegetation here in this place, so probably that's why he can find something edible there. In the proper sand down there, I didn't see any guys crawling. But who knows? Probably there should be some Scorpios living somewhere in those mountains, but I don't know. Don't know much about these things. But what I do know, it is beautiful. Well, my friends, as the Germans sometimes say, it is not only a sausage which has two ends. This fantastic time in Wadi Rum desert is coming to an end as well for me. This is my last morning, and today I'm leaving. And yeah, I am a little bit sad to leave this place. But on the other hand, it's not the first time I have that situation when it is sad to leave one place. But it is only to discover how wonderful are another places around. So I'm looking forward to the next places. And I say goodbye to you, my friends, this time from Wadi Rum in Jordan, from this amazing red desert in this morning, when sun is slowly creeping up from that mountain, Jabal. And yes, see you in some other day, or the same day I should say probably, but in some other place. I'm thinking to hitchhike to Aqaba, and I think it will be worth making a separate video for that, otherwise this video will be too long. So see you in my next video when I try to hitchhike to Aqaba. We'll see how it goes. How simple or difficult will it turn out to be? See you guys.